Kids, and we're back!
We apologize for the long, quiet stretch. We really are planning on making more videos from now on.
Today we are going to share a long-term prepping plan that you could start next spring, planting and growing fruit trees.
We have 4 little apple trees in our orchard.
They were planted 4 years ago when I was a baby.
These trees haven't started producing fruit yet, but when they someday they will, and they'll have baskets full of juicy goodness.
Apples are one of Maine's biggest agricultural products, and they are one of our favorite fruits, so that is why we chose to grow them. If you like other types of fruits, be sure to make sure and go into the details of how to grow them in your area.
If you want to grow apple trees, there are things you must know.
Number 1, you cannot grow an apple tree that produces apples or if you plant an apple seed.
Number 2, apple trees have to be purchased as baby trees or seedlings at a nursery.
Number 3, you have to have at least 2 different kinds of apple trees, which means 2 of the same exact type of trees will not be able to cross-pollinate, which will not produce fruit. You have to have at least 2 different kinds, like a Macintosh tree and a Cortland tree, so they can cross-pollinate and produce apples.
Number 4, different kinds of apple trees produce at different times during the season. So you should plant 2 or more trees that bloom and produce at about the same time.
We have 4 different types of apple trees in our orchard. Macintosh and Cortland are mid-season, and Honeycrisp and Northern Spy are late season. So we get produce throughout the extended part of the year.
Our trees are in danger from many pests, voles, bugs, and deer, to name a few. We put hardware cloth fences around the bottom of the trunk of the tree to keep the voles from chewing the bark off.
We spray our trees in the summer with vegetable garden insect spray to keep the bugs off the leaves. I'm going to show you how to use this spray thing. So you unlock it by going like this, and then you pump it up a few times, and then when you're done, you lock it, and then you take this thing and you just pull on this and like this.
In the spring, before the buds turn pink, we spray it with horticultural and dormant spray oil to keep the flies from laying eggs and the worms will come.
You may have noticed that our apple trees don't look like the normal round and short apple trees you'd see at other orchards. That is because they haven't been pruned yet. They should have been pruned this spring or maybe even last spring, but it will be certainly be done next spring. Typically here in Maine, apple trees are pruned early in March. It will cause growth of bigger apples and more apples, and so the branches don't get thin and so they don't break easier when bigger apples grow.
Like we said before, growing fruit trees is the long-term of prepper project. It can take years before you eat your own homegrown fruit. If you never start, you won't get to eat your own fruit.
Why not start planting now so next spring you can start planting?
You can get some ideas off of the fedcoseeds.com website. That is where we got our apple seeds.
Maybe next year we'll be able to show you some buds, blossoms, and apples from our own family orchard.
Thank you for watching our video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. And remember, Proverbs 6:6 says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, observe its ways and be wise."